Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about some laws of indices for m where n belongs to integers. Let's take the first one. The first one is a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals a to the power of m plus n. To multiply numbers with the same base, keep the base and add the indices. Let's take an example of that. If we have 7 to the power of 4 times 7 to the power of 5, that's like 7 to the power of 4 plus 5. Since we have the same base, which is 7, and we have a different powers or indices, so we're going to add the powers. So it would be 7 to the power of 4 plus 5, and that's like 7 to the power of 9. Now let's take the other law of indices. If we have a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n, that's like a to the power of m minus n. To divide numbers with the same base, we keep the base and subtract the indices. Let's take an example of that. If we have 5 to the power of 9 divided by 5 to the power of 6, it would be 5 to the power of 9 minus 6. Why did we do that? Because we have the same base and we have different powers or indices. So we kept the same base and then we subtracted the powers because we have a division here. So 5 to the power of 9 minus 6 would be 5 to the power of 3 because 9 minus 6 is 3. And how can we find the final answer of that? If we have 5 to the power of 3, it's like you're multiplying the 5 by itself 3 times. So it's like 5 times 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. And then we're gonna bring this 5 down. So it would be 25 times 5. And that's equals to 125. So 5 to the power of 3 doesn't mean 5 times 3. It's like multiplying the 5 by itself 3 times. Now guys, we're gonna work on the third law of indices. It's like a to the power of m raised to the power n. So as you can see here, we have two powers. And it will be a to the power of m times n. So when we are raising a power to a power, we keep the base and multiply the indices. Let's take an example of that. If we have c to the power of 4, and that's raised to the power of 3. So as you can see here, we have a power inside of the bracket and we have another power outside of the bracket. What we do is we multiply the powers. So it would be c to the power of 4 times 3. And c to the power of 4 times 3 is c to the power of 12. Okay guys, now let's take this law of indices. If we have a times b raised to the power n, that's equal to a to the power of n times b to the power of n. So the power of a product is the product of the powers. So if we have two numbers or two letters multiplied to each other and inside of a bracket and then raised to a power, we just need to distribute the power. Let's take an example of that. If we have 4 times 3, and then that's raised to the power of 5, it's like 4 to the power of 5 times 3 to the power of 5. So as you can see here, guys, we distributed the power for this product of numbers. Okay, we can find the final answer of that using the calculator. So it would be 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, because we have 4 to the power of 5. So it's like the 4 multiplied by itself 5 times. And then we have the 3 multiplied by itself 5 times, because we have 3 to the power of 5. So it would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And we can use the calculator to find the final answer of that. Now, guys, let's take this law of indices. We have A divided by B raised to the power n. That's equal to A to the power of n divided by B to the power of n. So as you can see here, guys, we distributed the power for the top and the bottom number of the division, or for the numerator and denominator of the division, where B doesn't equal to 0. So the power of the quotient is the quotient of the powers. Let's take an example of that. If we have 7 over 10 raised to the power of 2, we need to distribute the power for the top and the bottom number. So it would be 7 to the power of 2 divided by 10 to the power of 2. 7 to the power of 2 is like 7 times 7. And then for the 10 to the power of 2 is like 10 times 10. For the top number, 7 times 7 is 49. And for the bottom number, 10 times 10 is 100. And also we can write this number as a decimal. So it would be 0.49. Okay, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. See you in the next video. Bye.